hydrogen peroxide therapy, as long as it's done properly, of course. But make sure you're doing everything else. If you're doing that and you're eating alcohol, meat, sugar, dairy, coffee, soda, artificial sweet, you are drinking every night, you're not getting enough rest, you have pinched nerves that you're not getting treated, chances are you're just wasting your time and your money. And it can cause damage because it can create free radicals, the hydrogen peroxide. So, yeah, so as part of an overall plan, I'm okay with it. By itself, I'm not okay with it. Okay? Perfect. Excellent. Good. Sure. Well, if you have trouble with sweets, there's a great supplement we have at the office called Gymnema. Now, Gymnema helps stabilize blood sugar. And here's a little trick. This is just for you. When you get a craving for sweets, take one of the Gymnema tablets and chew on it. Now, it doesn't taste good, but that's not why I want you to do it. Then eat something sweet. It's going to numb your sweet receptors in your tongue, and it doesn't have any flavor to it. So now you retrain your brain to say, okay, I ate this piece of candy. It didn't have any sweetness to it. I don't need to eat candy anymore. But Gymnema is good to take internally, but it's also good as an emergency situation as well. Okay? I'm okay with it as long as it's organic and extra virgin organic coconut oil. I'm okay with. Yes. Correct. There you go. Okay? $950 Cobb Parkway in Marietta, just south of the Big Chicken. But if you go to the website, all their addresses are right there, drjoe.com. Look forward to seeing you, Steve. Folks, if you want to make an appointment, come see us. We have offices in Marietta, Duluth, and Stockbridge. Neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, nutritional advice, acid reflux, heartburn. We want to be your doctors. So go to website, drjoe.com. You can do that right now. The phone number, 844-44-Dr. Joe. If you have a question right now, that number rings through to my offices when I'm not on the air. I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. We'll be right back. Neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, numbness, tingling, headaches. Maybe it's time to stop suffering and it's time to take action. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, why don't you come see me and my team of doctors and let's see if you have a problem that we can help. Go to my website, drjoe.com, or call 844-44-Dr. Joe to make an appointment today because so many of you are out there suffering needlessly and we want to put a stop to that. Come see us at our offices in Marietta, Stockbridge, and Duluth. Make an appointment today so we can help get you well and keep you well.
A bad weather day means your commute will be...
All right, 3 more segments. What do you have? No. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Really?
I used to make house calls, yeah. It was a different time then. Yeah. I wish I could, but it's not recommended. Our board recommends we don't do house calls. So. And it's also, I don't have all my equipment and my tables there either, but you can, we're on ground floor. If somebody has to come in an ambulance, we have people come in the ambulance all the time. We're wheelchair accessible, so it's really easy to come see us if you want to. We're on the ground floor in Marietta, so. Duluth and Stockbridge are a little more challenging. There are elevators, but we're on the ground floor in Marietta, so. What else?
Well, I got the stream up and going, and then it just dropped it.
Josh and Rick, get them together.
Yes.
Problem solved. Must be missing a lot of questions here. We always get a bunch. Nothing? Wow.
Well, I think it's a hard topic to kind of...
Come questions with. Yeah, this is a little more technical stuff, yeah. Yeah, some shows are a little more user-friendly. This one, we're getting a lot of people with, like that lady who's on her way to the hospital. Her husband had her stomach removed, and now what? Keeps getting infections. So. Yeah, we're going to talk about how you can stop the spread of antibiotic-resistant diseases. And then we'll go through, yeah, we only have 3 more segments, so I'll start going through my tips. All right, then that's it. Show's over. Bam. So quick. Fastest 2 hours in radio. Lots of callers, though, tonight. Man, got a lot of listeners. Got to talk more about super greens and essential source. I haven't talked about much this show. If you have questions, folks, I'll have 3 more segments, so send them in. A lot of people here. It's funny. Some days we get a bunch on the live stream. Some days we get a lot here. Today we got a lot of callers here. Oh, we're back streaming again. Okay, lights on.
Mhm.
I can tell lights on. The camera's working. That's how I can tell. Now, this is a big issue. We have a lot of patients come into us with infections, and like this guy here, and they get the infection in a hospital. The hospital doesn't know what else to do, so they'll give them IV antibiotics and try to wipe it out, but then they destroy their health, and they keep them alive, which is great, but then you got to rebuild your health, and that's what we're talking about today. So things like be taking.
Because I trust Ragsdale and Carrier in my own home, and I have for years. Ragsdale and Carrier. Turn to the
Yeah,
experts.
could use help today. I'm gonna have to talk to our assistants there, Julia, Sierra. Find out where our assistants are from now on, or just get guests to make them work.
I'm gonna have that that guy come in next Sunday.
Which guy is that?
Uh,
Urologist,
the one that
urologist, physical therapist, attorney. Everybody wants to be on a show, so.
no, the guy that interned in radio.
Oh, right. Okay, that guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. He said he worked for Von Hessler.
No. He worked on another huge, famous talk show that's here in Atlanta, but as an intern, like an unpaid intern.
Right. Okay. Because I mentioned to Von Hessler about that, and he goes, "If he was an intern at my show, he says that was 30 years ago. He must be pretty old by now. If he's still looking for an internship, he should get another job." So I was wrong.
Visit our non-commissioned sales team or shop mallofgeorgiamazda.com. No commission, all commitment.
819 and the Cool Ray Carrier WSB 24-hour traffic center. Earlier crash I-20 westbound at
We can have him call in, and then if Julia comes in or Sierra, we can have him do screening for us, teach him how to do screening in case screener doesn't show up. That's happened before. Yeah, Larry's screening today. New guy. Yeah.
Do you know about Zeolite?
Yeah, it's okay. Again, it's part of a treatment plan. Okay, so I've known Zeolite question in years. I didn't even know it was still like a popular thing. Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. It works to get the body healthy. But again, it's part of a treatment plan. I know everybody wants the magic bullet. Just give me this and it'll work forever and I'll be happy. No, it's a little bit more than that. Here we go.
The United States of Health. Now on News 95.5 and AM 750.
Hey folks, Dr. Joe here. So glad you're with us today. We're talking about antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and I know it sounds like a boring topic, but it's not, because there's a lot of things that are going on in your life right now. You may be carrying antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and as long as you keep your good bacteria in check and your immune system strong, chances are it's not going to be a problem. When the immune system gets weak, when the good bacteria start to die off, when you're doing things that weaken your immunity and your strength, that's when you start to have a problem. So what things can weaken our immune system? Well, how about a bad diet? How about alcohol, meat, sugar, dairy, coffee, soda, artificial sweetener? How about pinched nerves? If you have a pinched nerve, it can affect the immune system, because the way the body works is your brain sends messages down your spine, out your nerves to every cell in the body. So if you have a pinched nerve to our spleen, let's say, we've done shows on immunity. If you go to the website, drjoe.com, go to our YouTube page, and then type in the search bar immunity, you'll see shows come up. And we talk about how the immunity works. Oh, we dropped one of our callers there. She had a good question there on elbow and amylase. If you're still listening, call back. We'll get you on there. And so we got to get the immune system strong. So we have a product called Dr. Joe's Wellness Booster. And it's herbs that stimulate the immune system. Echinacea, pau d'arco, olive leaf extract. And these things stimulate your immune system. And so I take that every day in the winter. Now, if I do have an infection, I haven't had one in my life, a bad one. But if I have an infection, I'll take that as well to stimulate the immune system. And then we're going to talk about other foods you can do to get the immune system working as well. All the supplements we talk about, like super greens and essential source, that's the minimum supplements you should be taking. I take that every single day. And here's the thing. If there was a better supplement in the world, I would be taking it. I can have any supplement I want. I can eat any food I want. If there was a better healthcare plan, I would put myself in that healthcare plan, because I want the best for my own health. And after 35 years of research, there's 3 things that work very well as a healthcare plan. Normally functioning nervous system. If you have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, numbness, tingling, chances are you have a pinched nerve. Come see us. If it's a chiropractic case, we'll tell you. If it's something we can't help, we'll tell you that too. Then you have to have good digestion. If you have acid reflux, heartburn, burping, gas, bloating, we need to pull the stomach down away from the diaphragm in most cases, and that helps tremendously. And then you have to have a good diet. And the simplest things you can do is go to my website, watch the lecture called The 7 Deadly Sins of Nutrition. Super Greens and Essential Source, minimum supplements you should be taking every day. We have nitric oxide to increase circulation for brain fog, fatigue. I take that one a lot. B complex, absolutely necessary. B vitamins are necessary to keep the immune system strong and the nervous system strong. So there's minimum supplements you should be taking, and those are all on the website, drjoe.com. If you want to make an appointment, come see us, drjoe.com. And if you've ever been in a car accident, if the car was damaged, you were damaged 100% of the time. Come see us as quickly as possible. If you're under doctor care and you want a second opinion, we would love to give you a second opinion. We'll read x-rays, we'll read MRIs, or just talk to you about any healthcare issue you have to see if there's something we can contribute to your healthcare. And that's all on the website, drjoe.com. So how do you stop the spread of antibiotic-resistant problems? You want to employ techniques and strategies every single day to help curtail these issues. Use antibiotics only when absolutely necessary. Remember, antibiotics don't work on viruses. So if you have an ear infection, chances are it's a viral infection. A lot of doctors are now saying don't use antibiotics for ear infections. Chiropractic care works very well in most cases because the atlas can move out of place and irritate the eustachian tube. And as a baby, the eustachian tube, the ear canal, and the atlas are real close to each other. As we get older, we grow up and there's more space. We get bigger. And so a lot of people still have that misaligned atlas, that top bone in your neck. The atlas holds up your head like Atlas held up the earth. And putting the atlas back in place in many cases does tremendous work with ear infections. Also, I recommend ear oils. Now, you can make your own. It's olive oil and garlic. Put garlic through a garlic press, soak it in some olive oil overnight, and then strain out the garlic. Or you go to any health food store, they have something called ear oil. And it's usually oil with golden seal or garlic in it, and you can put it directly in the ear because then you're treating the infection locally, not systemically. Because the problem with antibiotics is they shotgun. They go through the whole body. They kill the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And that's where the antibiotic problems come in. Now, if you need antibiotics, take them. I'm not saying don't take them. I'm saying there's some alternatives in some cases. Make sure your vitamin D level is correct. When you go get your blood work done, always get your vitamin D checked. Years ago, they didn't do it randomly, standardly, but now they do. In the winter, if you're not taking vitamin D supplements, chances are you're going to be low in vitamin D. I take it every single day in the winter. In the summer, you have to be getting about 20 minutes of sunlight a day. If you're not, you need to be taking a vitamin D supplement. And just monitor your blood. When you get your blood work done, look at it. If it's low, on the website, drjoe.com, we have a really good vitamin D with vitamin K2 in it. And K2 is good for the immune system as well. It's 5 drops a day. Has no flavor to it. It's really simple and easy. It's probably one of the cheapest insurance policies you'll ever have. There is something called colloidal silver that you can use for infections. You can use it especially externally on cuts and scrapes. Colloidal silver has been around for forever, it seems, and it can be helpful against antibiotic-resistant pathogens. A lot of medical research is now looking at things like colloidal silver. If you do it, make sure you follow the directions, because if you take too much of it, you can actually turn blue. No kidding, and it's not reversible. So be careful with that. It's very, very careful, yes. So watch out for the colloidal silver. Now, some people say it's a wives' tale. I've heard both sides. Don't take the colloidal silver too much. It could be, again, you don't want to kill off anything too much either. So colloidal silver, make sure you follow the directions. I'm going to take some callers now at 844-44-Dr. Joe. Kay, how can we make your day better? You're a smart woman, Kay. Good. Uh-huh. Sure. Yes. Yes. Yes, Kay. Yeah, we're running low on time here. You go between your belly button and your right hip. And if you draw a line between your belly button and your right hip, there's a you can push in there, and you'll feel something. It feels like the tip of your nose. It's called the ileocecal valve. And when you get in there, I want you to push in a clockwise motion, circle of massage in a clockwise motion, about the size of a silver dollar, and rub in a clockwise motion. And that many times can stimulate the bowels to get moving more effectively. So right between your belly button and your right hip, it's called the ileocecal valve. Rub it in a clockwise motion. Let's see if that helps. And then also we have a great supplement called Dr. Joe's Intestinal Cleanser. This stuff is amazing to get the bowels moving. It's not bad. It's great. Yeah. You can use it. It's not habit forming, so it's fine. Whenever you need it, you can take it. So that's great. Yeah. All right. And that's on the website. Thanks, Kay. I appreciate it. And all the supplements we talk about, folks, the Super Greens, the Essential Source, the Vitamin D, the Intestinal Cleanser. We have a bunch of other ones, too. We're not, doing a whole lecture on supplements today. All those are on the website, drjoe.com. We have over 1,000 hours of podcasts on the website. If you like what you're hearing, go to the website, drjoe.com. We have audio and video. So if you're a visual learner, we have it for audio. If you're an auditory learner, however you learn best, it's going to be on the website. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We live stream a lot of our shows. And we want to get more followers so that we can get this word out. We need your help on that. So just go to Facebook and Instagram and follow us there too. But the website's a great source of information if you want to make an appointment. And if you have any questions, you can always send them to me through the website. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. And you can do it right there on the website, drjoe.com. We have offices in Marietta, Duluth, and Stockbridge in the Atlanta area. I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. We'll be right back. Okay.
So back to the vitamin C IV
Yes.
therapy.
Uh-huh.
What was your opinion on that? They
Oh, I
missed
liked it.
that when
It's
the
good.
stream dropped.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, perfectly fine with it.
What should be avoided when switching to a plant-based diet? Meat.
Wow. Yeah. Meat and dairy products. Yeah. Be careful with a lot of the meat substitutes and the fake meats because they're really hard to digest. They may help you transition because some people lose their minds. I gotta have something meaty. They're okay, but a lot of them are textured soy protein. They're not. They're genetically modified soy. So I would just be careful with that. Really nothing to avoid except eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Take super greens and essential source, other supplements. Get chiropractic care. The nice part about a plant-based diet is you have to not do something. You have to not do something. You have to avoid the meat. So I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm asking you to not do something. Just don't eat the bad stuff and eat more of the good stuff. It's very simple. And if you don't know what to eat, the book is telling us. That's a great book called Eating Right for the Health of It. And this is a real good guide. If you really want to get a whole guide on a wellness protocol, it's called Prescription for Extreme Health. Really good guide on what to eat, what not to eat, how to take care of your body all the way around. And it doesn't want to say. What else you got for me, Mr. G?
Well, I would add to that a good rule of thumb that Sierra and I have used for the last year in shopping vegan or plant-based is try to avoid anything in a box or in a bag.
Yes. Good point. You get macaroni and cheese in a box. It's vegan, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's good. Now, difference between plant-based and vegan. Vegan is not eating animal products. You could be eating brownies and cookies and cakes and macaroni and cheese. That's vegan. Plant-based is eating food as close to the way it was picked from the ground as possible. So a plant-based, macaroni and cheese is not a plant necessarily. So more plant foods, much better choice.
Closest thing to a plant-based macaroni and cheese would be macaroni with nutritional yeast.
Yeah, but the macaroni is not so plant-based. So
Oh, that's true.
yeah, that. I like nutritional yeast though. I put it on my salads and soups and everything.
Spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash. There you go. How about that? Spaghetti squash with a cashew cheese.
Have you heard of the Dr. Gundry diet?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's okay. I mean, he talks a lot about.
For anybody that doesn't know what the Dr. Gundry diet is.
I'm not going to tell them. They have to look it up.
Okay.
It's going to be a secret. Okay.
call.
Yeah. I like what he's saying with Gundry's stuff. However, I think he goes too far because he's saying don't eat anything that's hard to digest. It's not hard to digest the stuff. So I think he's a little extreme, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because even some of the Dr. Sebi people take it so far as to say don't eat any two different fruits less than 5 minutes apart.
Exactly.
Because the acids cause excess mucus.
Yeah, and I mean, in a perfect world, you'd eat a mono meal. You'd eat just a thing, But Gundry talks about the lectins, and lectins are everywhere, and that's a big problem. Yeah, but it also has to be real.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to live this life, and I'd love to eat nothing but an raw food diet, and have the food prepared for me, and everything's organic, and I have no stress in my life. I never have to go out and socialize. I get that. So the lectin thing is okay. Yeah, it can cause problems in some folks. If you take Dr. Joe's digestive enzymes, I find a lot of people do wonderful with that. I do personally. So I'm okay with what he's saying. I'm not sure it's very practical, though. How about that? I'll put it that way.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to live in a bubble.
Well, that's the other thing, too. You have to have some fun, too. And if you're having fun, part of health is social, having a good social life and being able to socialize and have friends. So if it causes you to withdraw from society, you may be gaining in one area and losing in another. That's why I want to find balance.
That's why you do a lot of talks on mental health. Mental
health is so important, absolutely. And some people become so obsessed with anything, whatever it is. And too much of an obsession can be an issue. So I'm obsessed with good health. Maybe that's an issue.
Well, and then you're talking about today, especially with antibiotics, not using the antiseptics or things like that because they kill the good bacteria, and the bad bacteria in some cases can even help strengthen your immune system.
Exactly.
So then
yeah.
are you strengthening your gut, you're strengthening your stomach and your organs by eating.
A little bit is okay because you have to expose
Yeah.
yourself to something. Because again, if you live in a bubble and then you are exposed to something, bam, your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Yep. How can I get off this metformin?
Go to website, drjoe.com. Listen to all the shows we've done on diabetes. Now, again, I'm not telling you to get off your medication. I just want to get you healthy enough so you don't need it. So go to the website, go to our YouTube channel, type in the search bar. We're trying to put the search bar from the YouTube channel onto the website. It's a little challenging. But just
currently, the way it works is the show is tagged on the site. So if you type in diabetes, it'll pull up a link to the YouTube show.
Okay.
Or you can just click on the YouTube button on the top right of the website, and that'll take you to our YouTube where you can then search diabetes. Either way, you'll find videos from the website. You'll also find some blog articles and even some radio shows that we've done in the past. Because I think it was 2 months ago we did a show on diabetes.
Real recently, yeah. So the goal is to get you healthy enough so you don't need it.
We had a lot of good response from the diabetes show.
Okay. What else? Any other questions? It's always funny. The questions get rolling, and then then the show's over. So we only have 2 more segments, folks. So if I don't get you on the air today, just send it to the website, drjoe.com. More than happy to answer your questions. Well, you better yet just come see us.
Roll out on the last segment. One last reminder for the new segment next week.
Okay. We'll do this segment at the break, then we'll do it then.
And you can do just a real small one.
Sure. Okay. We'll start with hair, right? Talk about hair analysis.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll start with hair and maybe
skull, we do cranial manipulation after that, brain function, eyes. We can talk about my macular degeneration, my hearing, my father being deaf, first chiropractic adjustment, September 18th, 1895.
Over a fish shop.
Over a fish shop. That's right. There you go. I'll give you a bell for that one. All the chiropractors in the world listening going, yes. He knows our history.
I'm WSB meteorologist Kirk.
All right. Weather and now back to us. Boy, I got a lot to cover in a little time. Man. Oof.
Lows 32 to 38. Monday, a mix of clouds and sun, high 59. Tuesday, turning mostly sunny afternoon, high near 62. Wednesday, a mix of clouds and sun, high 72.
So he stretches back there. Very good.
49 degrees on Peachtree Street at News 95.5 and AM 750 WSB. Depend on it.
Does this sound like you? Neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, headaches? Chances are you'd benefit from chiropractic care. Most people
cause of your problems and not just cover up the symptoms. If you're ready to get well, I want you to go to my website, drjoe.com, or call 844-44-Dr.Joe and make an appointment for you, your friends, and your family today. We have offices in Marietta, Green Bay, Stockbridge. Make an appointment today so we can help get you well and keep you well. If you think your best years are behind you, you're wrong. Listen to Dr. every week on WSB.
Hey, Dr. Joe here. So glad you're with us. Talking today about antibiotic-resistant bacteria and the things that you need to know about this because it's affecting your life every single day and you may be causing it. So let's talk about a few things. I'm going to start taking some callers too. If you have a question, 844-44-Dr. Joe. I'll get to the calls in just a second. Avoid antibacterial household products, things like antibacterial soaps, hand sanitizers, wipes. They promote antibacterial resistance. So be careful with that. A lot of the hand sanitizers you see, if you're on a cruise ship, if you're on a restaurant, you're in the stores, and you'll see these things. Oh, clean your hands here. I saw it at the mall the other day. These chemicals can actually kill off the good and the bad bacteria and promote resistance. The other thing in hand sanitizers, they might have something in it called triclosan. Triclosan is an endocrine disruptor. It acts like estrogen in your body, and you don't want more estrogen in your body. And so it can really affect your hormones, so not a good idea. Washing your hands with plain old soap and water is the best way to stop the spreading of bacteria and viruses. So good old soap and water is the best thing for you there. If you're going to eat animal products, make sure they're organic, antibiotic-free, along with other foods. Because if they have if it's a commercial meat or dairy product, chances are it has antibiotics in it, and that's not a good thing. So you want to be careful with that as well. So if you're going to eat animal products organic only, this is another reason why you want to eat organic only. Let's take another caller here. If you have a question, 844-44-Dr. Joe. Omar, how can we make your day better? Sure. In fact, I just adjusted my friend Tim's elbow last night, as a matter of fact. Yeah, the elbow is not a good joint. and it can come out of place. And so if we need to, we can go in and take the radius and just put it back into place. Very, very common. I adjusted Tim's elbow last night. We were having dinner, and he said, "Oh, man, that's much better. Thank you." So it's probably misaligned. So come see us. We'll check that for you. For ligament, yeah, if the ligament is stretched, tendons attach muscles to bones, and ligaments attach bone to bone. So if the bone moved out of place, that's when the ligament was stretched. So we need to put the bone back in place so the ligament can heal again. Yes. He has what kind of production of pancreas? Oh, he's producing too much amylase. He's producing too much? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you want to monitor that. And the pancreas produces a lot of things. The pancreas produces amylase, lipase, protease, which breaks down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. It produces insulin. It produces essentially what is baking soda to neutralize stomach acid as it comes into the small intestine. So we start seeing high amylase, then we got to be real concerned about pancreatic malfunction. So make sure he stays with his medical treatment for that. But I would strongly advise that he stay away from hard-to-digest foods. Animal proteins put a lot of stress on the pancreas. Sugar, breads, cookies, cakes, donuts, pastas puts a big stress on the pancreas. So supplement-wise, again, stay with his medical treatment. Dr. Joe's Super Greens and Dr. Joe's Essential Source. That's the minimum supplements everybody should be taking. But for him, Okay, yeah. So just keep following the doctor's advice, though. They're going to monitor that, I'm sure. You can get them on digestive enzymes, Dr. Joe's digestive enzymes. That'll take the stress off the pancreas as well. From a chiropractic standpoint, I always want to check the nerve to an organ. The sixth thoracic vertebrae is the nerve supply to the pancreas, so I would check that as well. And then we'd monitor his case and see how he does. Okay, thanks, Omar. I appreciate the call. If you have a question, folks, 844-44-Dr. Joe. All right, we only have a segment and a half left, so I want to start going through natural antibiotics that our ancestors used. This is before pharmacology became so popular. Before the 1940s, we didn't have a lot of antibiotics. And again, I'm not against antibiotics. I'm okay with them as long as they're used properly. And we don't want to overuse them. That's why we have this problem with resistance, bacterial resistance. People use natural medicine. We use herbs and foods to fight infection and disease. So let's do this. Let's take all the knowledge that we have in the amazing research we've done in medicine that we have currently today, and let's add to it some of the things that have been forgotten, some of the things that our grandparents did. And we put the two together, now we've got a really powerful wellness program. Not a sickness program, a wellness program. Some of the things my grandmother did, garlic, incredible healing powers. Garlic is very effective in fighting against infections, things like the flu. I have a supplement on my website. It's called Dr. Joe's Seasonal Tonic. And one cold and flu season, people go crazy over this stuff. It's ginger, horseradish, cayenne pepper, onion, and garlic, and we puree that in apple cider vinegar and let it ferment. Now, it tastes the way it sounds, garlic, ginger, horseradish, cayenne pepper, and onion, but I take about 2 or 3 dropperfuls every half hour, actually, if I'm starting to feel under the weather. If I'm under the weather, I'll take 2 or 3 droppers of Dr. Joe's Seasonal Tonic and 2 droppers of Wellness Booster every half hour. I just alternate. And usually within a day, and people tell me this all the time, they're amazed how much better they feel. So it's really good if you have the infection to deal with it. Garlic contains a component called allicin, and that fights bacteria, parasites, viruses, other microorganisms. And the nice part is garlic can't harm the health in any way. It can only be good for you. Now, one of the problems we have with too much garlic is what? Bad breath. So what I recommend is this. If you're going to take garlic or even Dr. Joe's Seasonal Tonic, I recommend a handful of parsley every day. Parsley has a great concentration of chlorophyll, and chlorophyll can neutralize a lot of the bad smells. So I'm a real sensitive schnoz. I smell things that other people don't, right, because it's so big. But I'm very sensitive to smells, and garlic is one of them. But when you take the parsley, it helps tremendously. Honey. Honey is something that you might want to consider. It's known Romans have used honey on the battlefield, on wounds and cuts externally, because it had natural antibiotic properties. It's still considered one of the most effective natural antibiotics because it's anti-inflammatory, it's antibacterial, and it's aseptic. Now, what happens is honey contains enzymes that release hydrogen peroxide. And hydrogen peroxide can actually go in there and start attacking viruses, germs, and bacteria and kill them. So this is a good thing. This process supports the organism that it's given to, you, the human, and can help prevent infection and fight the spread of disease. Honey cleans up the blood from toxins, and it helps the liver function more effectively. Now, if you're going to do honey, make sure it's locally grown and make sure it's organic. Because a lot of times you go to the store and the honey that they're serving is clear, and usually that means that it's been processed. We don't want processed honey, we want it unprocessed. So make sure it's organic, make sure local is better just because it's probably more likely to be better for you. If it's shipped in from another country, we really don't have a lot of standards. We don't be able to control that either. Apple cider vinegar, raw organic apple cider vinegar, powerful antibiotic and antiseptic properties, and it helps alkalize your system. Viruses, germs, and bacteria like it when it's a little acidic. Well, why don't we just make their housing facilities not comfortable? We do that by making the body more alkaline. And apple cider vinegar, even though it's an acid, when it's digested in the system, it breaks down into an alkaline. So it's one of these weird things. It's an acid. When you take it in, it converts to an alkaline. Lemons do the same thing. Other vinegars don't. It's got to be raw organic apple cider. Apple cider vinegar can use for disinfectant and sterilization. So if you want to disinfect your countertops, you can use apple cider vinegar instead of like a bleach or something like that, which has chlorine. And chlorine is what? It's an antibiotic. And so it can start wiping out the good and the bad bacteria. Folks, got to go to break. One more segment. Holy cow, this went fast. If you have any healthcare questions, got to sneak them in now. 844-44-Dr.Joe. If we don't get you in, you can always send them to me through the website, drjoe.com, and all the supplements we talked about, the podcasts. We have a blog there. Everything's on the website, drjoe.com. Spend a little time there. You'll get smart. I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. The number here at the studio, 844-44-Dr.Joe. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, headaches. Chances are you'd benefit from chiropractic care. Most people benefit from chiropractic care because chiropractic care tries to get to the cause of your problems and not just cover up the symptoms. If you're ready to get well, I want you to go to my website, drjoe.com, or call 844-44-Dr.Joe and make an appointment for you, your friends, and your family today. We have offices in Marietta, Duluth, and Stockbridge. Make an appointment today so we can help get you well and keep you well.
What does WSB
Okay, Banky, what do you got?
What is your opinion on infrared lighting from PSON?
I don't know what PSON is, but I love far infrared and near infrared. They're great. Absolutely. No, they're great.
Oh, for pain, sorry.
Oh, for pain?
Yeah.
I'll take away a bell.
Well, no, it read PSON.
PSON, okay, yeah. No, it's great. It's part of a treatment plan. Once again, everybody, it's not a magic bullet. It's part of a treatment plan. Chiropractic care is by far the best thing for pain control that I have ever come across. Nothing comes close to chiropractic care. So that, along with infrared, excellent protocol. Helps detoxify the body, can pull heavy metals out of the body. It's pretty neat stuff. So I like it.
Same as
I had a spa once and somebody stole it on me. So gotta get a new one.
Same as CBD.
CBD oil, exactly. It's part of a protocol. It's not the protocol. It's part of the protocol. Super Green's an essential source, part of the protocol. Chiropractic care, part of the protocol. If I had a magic bullet, folks, I'd be using it too, believe me.
This is the magic bullet.
This is it. This show is the magic bullet, right? So what else? Any other questions?
Nothing else at the moment.
Okay. I'm good with that. We have callers coming in. Just keep yourself healthy. It's really simple. But at least Super Green's an essential source. Can't imagine a day without that stuff, man.
Josh says that we may be pushing this computer beyond its limits with as many streams as we're doing.
Ah, that could be, yeah. Okay.
And then how we're doing it. We're doing it Wi-Fi. We can't hardwire, so we may need a better adapter.
Okay.
The graphics card is fine, so we may be able to salvage this with the graphics card, but
okay.
I had my brother take me places. It was
Whatever
like,
Josh says, we do.
So I could smoke a
He's great,
cigarette
Josh.
before
Josh's the IT guy,
outside.
by the way.
I'm in
He's
pain.
wonderful.
I'm a little sister.
you ever hear the story about why it's Woo?
Exactly. It's true.
Oh, what's blue?
Get up first.
Woo's IT.
Cigarette before lunch.
No.
After lunch.
So
Before dinner. After dinner. Now that I'm talking about it,
It's a great story. Garrett's going to tell you right now.
lost about 4 hours of every day.
I didn't realize it was that much.
I decided I need to
Okay, he's gonna loan us one for this next show, one of his laptops.
Oh, let's see if it
To
works.
run the stream to see if it's a problem with the laptop.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Good. Try before you buy with Josh.
Oh, so there was a kid in his class, and he went by Josh W. because there's too many Joshes, and no one could pronounce. The kid couldn't pronounce W, so it came out Woo, or Josh Woo. And then somehow there's a movie with a Mr. Woo in it, so he just started going by Mr. Woo, and I said, well, it sounds like you've got a little more authority behind you because you're not Asian, but
That's right.
an Asian name, and it's an IT company.
That's right.
So he said he brought up a story. He actually did. He had somebody say, "So you work for Mr. Wu?"
It's Woo's it. That's Josh's company name. So.
What do you think about taking food grade diatomaceous earth?
I don't see a problem with it. It's okay. Once again, it'll help draw toxins out of the system, but it's part of a protocol. Yeah, so I'm okay with it. Also very good for killing cockroaches. So you sprinkle it around, cockroaches get it in their system, it dries them out and they die. So. And ants, any crawling critters. Diatomaceous earth works for.
And guys, I'm gonna save the stream from Instagram. It hasn't been allowing me to do it lately, and I sent in a few tickets to the people that manage Instagram. We are Facebook and Instagram partners, so I'm gonna see if I'm able to save it this time, and if I am, I'm going to share that to our Facebook and to our YouTube.
Is Misty with us tonight? I didn't hear anything from Misty tonight. Wow. A loyal listener, Misty.
Nick chimed in now.
All right, Nick's here. All right, good. Here we go. Last segment.
Feeling good.
Don't forget that short tease.
Yes.
Get stronger and healthier with Dr. Joe on News 95.5 and AM 750 WSB.
Hey folks, Dr. Joe here. We're talking today about antibiotic-resistant bacteria and why it's such a big issue and you need to know about it. So in this last segment, I'm going to take some more callers, so hang on if you're a caller. I want to talk about things that you can do to keep your body healthy and strong. So again, it's all about balance. If you have, we all have pathogenic bacteria and viruses in us right now. But as long as our body is healthy and keeping it in check, we're in good shape. When the body becomes weak is when these antibiotic-resistant bacteria or non-antibiotic-resistant bacteria will kick in. And so as long as we're healthy, we have a lot less to worry about. Turmeric is wonderful. Turmeric is known for amazing benefits in health. It's kind of funny because I've been talking about turmeric for years and years and years. And now you go into coffee shops and tea shops and they'll have turmeric lattes. And I'm like, man, people are finally catching on. And we always say that we have a column called the Dr.Joe's Right column. And I have a whole bunch of articles I put in that folder. It's actually a folder. And turmeric is one of those things that we talked about years and years ago, and now it's cool. So anything you learn on this show is going to be cool in the next few years. So you guys, just by listening, are way ahead of the curve. And that's why even chiropractic care. Chiropractic care 20 years ago, we were the voodoo doctors and the witch doctors. And I go to now about 3, 4, sometimes 5 events a week, being invited by medical doctors, orthopedic surgeons, neurosurgeons, hospitals. They want us at these events because they want to learn from what we do and they want to co-manage their cases with us. And we get so many referrals from other healthcare practitioners, and we can co-manage the case. So if you're working with a doctor, don't be afraid to come see us as well, and we can help the doctor together to get you better. So turmeric is great. Grapefruit seed extract kills up to 800 different types of viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. Probably something you never even heard of, grapefruit seed extract. Oregano. Grandma Esposito knew about oregano. She used it all the time. The Italians know about oregano. Well, not only is it flavorful, but there's an oil that's very helpful in fighting against infective bacteria. So you can actually get oregano oil, and this is one of the things you can use for medicinal purposes. Cabbage contains sulfur, and that has a positive effect against things like cancer. Cabbage is also high in probiotics, which are what? Good bacteria. This is why cabbage ferments so easily into things like kimchi and sauerkraut. The probiotics, good bacteria in cabbage, are spectacular. And it's also a great source of vitamin C, which can help build the immune system as well. Lots more to talk about. Let's start taking some callers, and I don't like leaving folks hanging. Brenda, how can we make your day better? I'm well. Uh-huh. Gosh, well, I don't, we don't know how these things occur too often, but we do know that if the body is healthy, it's less likely to have conditions like this set up. So what do we do about it? Okay. One of the things I find with bone diseases, or any disease really, is you want to alkalize the system. So go to any local drugstore. Some of the big chains don't carry it, but more mom and pop shops or compounding pharmacies, or go online. I want you to get some pH paper. And I want you to pee a little bit tomorrow when you get it. Pee a little bit in the morning and then wave the paper through. You want to do the first urine in the morning. You want to be about 6.5 to 7.0. If you're 6.5 or lower, your body's very acidic. And things like Paget's disease love acid environments. So you want to alkalize the system. What's a good way to alkalize the system? Of course, a plant-based diet. Dr. Joe's Super Greens, Dr. Joe's Essential Source are wonderful ways to alkalize the system. It's one of the gazillion benefits of Super Greens and Essential Source. That's why I think everybody should be taking them. And they're 2 powders. They taste great. I mix it up with coconut milk, ramen milk. Staying away from acid foods, alcohol, meat, sugar, dairy, coffee, soda, artificial sweetener, breads, cookies, cakes, donuts, pastas. Is it hard? Yeah. I know it. Dr. Joe, that's my whole diet. Here's what I want you to do, though, Brenda. Go to my website, drjoe.com. Go to my media section. It's in the right-hand corner. And you want to watch the video I did called The 7 Deadly Sins of Nutrition. Everyone should do this. Then I want you to type in, so what can I eat, in the search bar. It's going to bring up an audio of the foods you can be eating. We've got some great books. Dr. Joe's Prescription for Extreme Health is a great book. We have another one called Dr. Joe's Eating Right for the Health of It. If you're a book reader, we have the books on the website as well. You just got to alkalize your system and get the nutrients in your body so hopefully the body can heal. But you said something that was very telling, Brenda. That's my whole diet. And that's your whole diet. So we need to go exactly opposite of what you're doing, and chances are you'll get better. Because if what you're doing is making you sick, let's try something different. How about that? Let's do it. If I'm wrong, give me 3 months. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So what? I lied. I'm not the first man to lie to you, am I? No. All right, Brenda. Uh-oh. Is he bigger than me? I don't know. I'm only kidding. Ha ha. No. Let's do it for 3 months, Brenda, and then give me a call. Let me know how it worked, okay? Thanks so much. All right, I got a few more minutes here. John, how can we make your day better? Of course I do. Sure. Right. Right. All right. Right. The problem with Right. Okay. Well, all right. Let's talk about what toenail fungus is. It's usually a yeast infection. And we talked about yeast infections earlier. In your colon, you have good bacteria, bad bacteria, yeast. You have a bunch of things living. And when you do antibiotics, which is perfect for the topic today, antibiotics can kill off bacteria, but they don't kill off yeast. Then the yeast can burrow holes. They have little tentacles. They can burrow holes into your colon, and they set up shop in warm, moist places. And what's a warm, moist place? Your feet. So many times toenail fungus is a yeast infection coming from your colon. So even if we treat it with the foot, let's assume the laser works, it still didn't treat the cause of the problem, which is coming from your gut. So we started the show with this, John. If you just tuned in, this is what I want you to do. Get a clear glass of water. Put it next to your bed tonight. When you wake up tomorrow morning, get a big mouthful of spit, scrape your tongue, and spit in the glass. Up to an hour, if you start to see tentacles start to come down like a jellyfish, chances are you have a yeast infection. And if that's the case, then we have to treat your colon, not your foot, because it's coming from your colon. And if we clean up the yeast infection, a lot of other health problems will probably go away as well. So let's try that tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah, well, perfect. I'll look forward to the call then. Thanks, John. And folks, if you do have any questions, we're out of time now. If you have any questions, send them to me through the website, drjoe.com. On the website, over 1,000 hours of podcasts there. We do every topic you can think of on there, I think. If you have other questions about health, send them to me through the website. Watch the videos we have on there, the audios. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, because we live stream a lot of our shows. And then we put them on the website. We do a TV show, by the way, upstairs here at the studio, Channel 2. We do a TV show for them as well. The TV shows are on the website. So there's a lot of information there. We have a blog there. You can become a patient on the website. You can book an appointment right online. And if you want to call our office, we accept most insurances. We work with most insurance companies. We try to meet your benefits the best we possibly can. And if you've ever been in a car accident, ever, if the car was damaged, you were damaged 100% of the time. I don't care what the insurance company tells you. If the car was damaged, you are not stronger than your car. You need to come see us. The sooner the better. But even if it was 50 years ago, you need to get that checked. Folks, I'm Dr. Joe Esposito. If I don't say it enough, thank you so much for telling your friends about the show, because we want to naturally get you well and keep you well. All right, folks. Thanks on.
We're going to get a new computer next week, so if we had some glitches in the social media, hopefully that's going to fix the problem. Tell your friends about the show. Whatever platform you're on, follow us on the other platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we'll catch you.